Hey, what's up? Hello, my name is Ninji Goya and we are going to talk about books on this channel. Why? Because books are amazing. Recently I've been super back into the show Yu-Gi-Oh! From like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Like from back in the day. Hit that like button already if you love Yu-Gi-Oh! Because why not? Anyway, so today we are going to be talking about fanfiction. Specifically the fanfiction I've been reading this week. And that is, yeah, you guessed it, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfiction. And here's the thing, I don't actually like, I don't actually ship Yugi and Yami, because I do like their this like guardian type relationship that Yami has over Yugi. It's like protective guardian type relationship over him that I initially picked up when I first watched the show and played the card game. But all these fanfictions, as you can probably imagine, these are these puzzle shippings. They are pretty prominent in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfic community, and so I did find a few. Okay, and these ones are not overly like gushy or like too much info. Like, you know, the stories that are just like too much info, like implication is fantastic. But I don't like that with any stories, whether it be like original stories, and I don't like the characters getting too into it. Like, share a kiss, hug each other, be cutesy. I don't need too much information though, personally. First story we're gonna be talking about is The Dark in My Light, and that is by Smolmight on Wattpad. And I'll put all the information down in the link in the I can't talk. I will put all the information in the description down below, all the stories links, and we will go through basically each story, summarize my opinions, pros, cons, and then finally end with some ratings. And then it's going to be 1 to 5, 0 to 1 to 5. Yeah, on the scale 1 to 5 unicorn stickers, okay? So, like I said, first one we're talking about is The Dark in My Light, and that is by Smolmight on Wattpad. So, basically this story is it's a different story. Dark in My Light is set like after the show, after Yugi and Yami separate and their souls are no longer connected. But the thing is, Yugi does not handle this well, and so he is taking it out on himself. He's going through some dark times without Yami, and he feels lost. So he's having so much trouble, in fact, that he has started self-harming, in particular cutting his wrists. So if you are not if you're not into those kind of stories, or you don't like that dark story, this is not the story for you. But I actually enjoyed it. I mean, obviously his friends are concerned about him, and his grandpa's concerned about him. And you know, here's the part that I personally like the most. Yami can sense Yugi's distressed soul. And first Yugi kind of meets Yami in a dream and kind of talks to him, and then Yami discovers that Yugi is self-harming. Obviously Yugi feels super bad about this, and so skip forward. Yami comes back from the spirit world to help Yugi. This is where I like it, because I love the Yugi and Yami loving each other, protecting each other type ish. I love that. Live for it. My hat's falling off. Anyway, so Yami comes back, or just before Yami comes back, I'm sorry, I'm terrible at summaries. Just before Yami comes back, Yugi encounters these things called the Fallen, okay? And they have actually been eating at his soul and creating him to feel a lot, not all of it, because obviously he's separated, he spirit bond with someone as awesome as Yami, / a Tem, / whatever you want to call him, okay? Dark Yami, whatever it is you're into, him. So he does feel empty from that, but the Fallen have not helped out one single bit. And I will fight them right now, because why would you hurt Yugi? He's like this teeny little cinnamon roll that needs to be cradled and hugged and protected. And that's why like Yami needs to come out and protect him throughout the show. I'm just kidding. No. Yugi's strong too. But anyway, for the purpose of this story, this is what we're going to talk about. And these Fallen, they are feeding on his soul, because come on guys, who doesn't like to feed on a pure soul? So like I said, there is some puzzle shipping in this. Yugi and Yami obviously, or Yugi obviously relies on Yami in this story to help him get better after the fallen have sucked on his soul. I'm not going to tell you how because I'm going to let you read the story to find out, but I do highly suggest reading the story. This story is a finished Wattpad story, so you don't have to worry about waiting for updates. You can just do what I did and lose a bunch of sleep over it and refuse to go to bed until you finish it and, you know, regret it the next day when you got to do stuff like, you know, work and school and function. Because apparently just because you want to binge watch Yu-Gi-Oh! And obsess over it like you did back in the day, you would still have to function in regular society, which I don't think is just fair. So, the cons of this story, and I'm not going to be super picky at these because these are obviously people who are writing them for fun as fans, and obviously it's a fan fiction, so I mean, I write fan fiction. I don't pay as much attention to my grammar and storyline as I do with my original stories because it's just for fun, it's just for enjoyment. So the writing was not fantastic on this. But the tone, it fit the show, the characters felt like characters in the show, so I think he or she did a great job of like matching the tone of the show, and it feels like him, and it does like, it matches. Like, you could be like, oh, does this happen? Is this a thing? Like, shoot, like, I know I already watched the show and I know what happens, but dang, Yugi, Yami, you can't separate now. However, this story, it was short and I wanted more, but I guess that's kind of also a pro because I wanted more. It was obviously good enough, it was well written enough that, and the plot line carried through enough that I wanted more of it. I didn't want it to end yet. I mean, is that a con even? I don't know. There wasn't much to pick at, and I'm not going to be super picky about these unless it was just like one I don't recommend at all. If you're not into the puzzle shipping thing, but I mean, honestly, I'm not either, and I like this story, so go give it a try, okay? Go give her a try. Her link is in the description, and the links will be in the order of this video. And the pros we're gonna go over now. Like I said before, it does fit the tone and style of the show. It feels like something that the characters are saying things that they would say in real, or not real life. This is what fanfiction does to me. I'm talking about real life. In the actual show, it feels like stuff they would say and do in the show. It felt concluded. And this is something that I find a lot of fanfictions don't have, is a conclusion. Some sort of finishing, like I've been told a story. I wanted more. I wanted more so much. Because one of my favorite things about this was the interaction between Yami and Yugi, because it was not overly gushy and mushy, but it was like still cute, and like they would interact like that in the show. Like based on the show, they would interact like that. So that was just like my favorite thing of the whole story, is just like the interaction, just watching them interact. I don't know if I should say this or not, but someone may or may not, huge spoiler, if you don't want to be spoiled, skip ahead a little bit. Somebody does die. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody does. And, read and find out, buddy. And so I'm just gonna read a quick excerpt from that story. And oh my gosh, it's gonna be hard to read this with my sunglasses on. Anyway, here is, it's in the beginning. This is the second chapter? Second chapter? Yeah. Yugi! A voice boomed out with rage. Yugi jumped, and now he was face to face with Joey. Wrists now, Yugi! Joey roared. What? Your grandpa called me and said that you've been acting weird this morning. He also told me that he looked in your garbage bin and said that there were napkins with blood all over it. He also told me that he found a strange object too, Joey shouted. Everyone stared at Yugi and Joey. Right away, T and Tristan come darting in. What's going on? Tristan questioned as he stared at the now furious Joey. Joey grabbed a hold of Yugi's arms and turned them upside down, exposing the jagged cuts going up his arm. What in the hell were you thinking? Joey screamed. T gasped. Yugi, why? Tristan sat there quietly. His jaw dropped and his eyes were wide open. Yugi looked away. You're making a scene. I'll tell you later. No, you'll tell me now, Joey roared. Yugi clenched his fist in frustration. You don't know what it's like to have someone close to you walk away like that. I know Yami or Atem doesn't want this kind of behavior, but ever since he left my heart, my soul began to wither away. Yugi explained coldly. That's all you get. Go read it. So how many unicorn stickers do I give this? I give this 4 out of 5. Go check her out. She really deserves it. Don't forget to hit vote on the story, on each chapter. And don't forget to leave comments because, you know, as a Wattpad writer myself, we really enjoy comments. Anyway, on to the next one. Can we just take one moment here to appreciate Yami? Just real quick. Just real quick.